You access GitHub through a web browser. You can use any browser, but I prefer using Chrome. Go to GitHub's official website, which is github.com. If you do not already have a GitHub account, you will need to sign up. You can sign up manually by entering your email, username, and password. Or better still, you can sign up directly with Google. Since I already have an account, I will not sign up again. Instead, I will sign in. Here also, you can enter your email and password to sign in, but I prefer signing in with Google. Now, I'm logged into my GitHub account. If you just sign up, your homepage may not look busy like mine. Yours may contain many empty sections, and that is perfectly normal. You can see that there are different sections here. If you click this menu icon, it shows some navigation items. You can click any of them. Let's check what is inside the All Repositories section. You can see that I have many items there. Yours may be empty because you have not performed any activities on GitHub yet. If you click on the GitHub logo, it takes you back to the home page. Look at this item here. It contains my profile picture. If you have not uploaded a profile picture yet, you will see a placeholder icon instead. If you click it, it shows different options. Let's open the profile option. This is my GitHub profile page. You can see my profile picture, my full name, the number of people following me, and the number of people I am following. You can also see some popular repositories. This is my GitHub profile URL, which is also called GitHub profile link. You can copy this link and send it to anyone who asks for your GitHub profile. All you need to do is to open your profile and copy the URL from the browser. Now, let's move to the next item, which is repositories. A repository is like a container where you keep all your code files. Instead of having your files scattered in different places, you keep them inside repositories. A repository is similar to a folder in the GUI because it stores files and folders. However, a repository is a special folder managed by Git. It keeps track of changes made in your files. A repository can also be connected to GitHub, so your project can be stored online and shared with other people. These are the repositories I have on GitHub. Each project you work on should have its own repository so that the project code can be stored properly. One of the main importance of GitHub is the repository feature. It helps programmers organize projects and protects them from many problems, such as losing files when a computer crashes, accidentally deleting code, or needing to return to an older version of a project. One of the biggest advantages of GitHub is that it helps us save our codes in the cloud. So, what is a cloud? In computing, a cloud refers to computers and servers connected through the internet that store data and provide services remotely. A common example is Google Drive. Many people save pictures, documents, videos, and important files there. Another example is iCloud. If your device crashes or you accidentally delete important files, you may still recover them from the cloud, provided they were uploaded. Instead of saving everything only on your computer, you can save files online and access them later through the internet. For example, if you save a project only on your laptop and your laptop gets damaged, stolen, or the file become corrupted because of viruses, you may lose the whole project. That could force you to start from the beginning again. But if the project is saved on GitHub, your code is also stored online. You can sign into GitHub from another computer and continue your work. Think of GitHub as an online storage system for programmers. Your repositories are stored on GitHub servers in the cloud, making it easier to manage, share, and protect projects. So, whenever you create a repository and push code to GitHub, we are not only saving it on our computer, we are also keeping a copy in the cloud. You can see that I currently have 72 repositories on my GitHub account. Each repository contains code for different projects I have worked on. Some of these projects were created many years ago. I may not even have those files on my current laptop anymore because I've changed systems over the years. But I can still retrieve them from GitHub. This repository contains the code of my portfolio website. Let's open it. You can see that it contains folders and files. Opening the app folder, you can also see the files inside it. Let's open the page file to view the code. You can see the code there. GitHub helps make sure that your code is securely stored. Now, let's go back to the home page and explore more features. We have talked about repositories and their importance. The next question is, how do we create a repository? There are two methods. The first method is by clicking this new button. The second method is by going to the repositories page and clicking new there. You can see all my repositories here. You can also see that the total number is currently 72. Let's create a repository. Click the new button. This page appears. Here, we write the name of the repository. Let me call it my first repo. Take note, if your repository name contains more than one word, you cannot separate them with spaces. Instead, use an hyphen or an underscore. Here, I'm using a hyphen. You can see the green message below showing that the name, my first repo, is available. This is because two repositories cannot have the same name in the same GitHub account. If that name already exists, GitHub will show an error. Since there is no error, we can continue. Next is the description field. This is where you write a short explanation about the repository or its purpose. If you do not yet know the purpose, you can still write anything related. Now we move to visibility. By default, it is set to public. This means anyone with the link can view the repository. Also, if someone visits your GitHub profile, they will see it. If you change it to private, other people will not see it. Only you and approved collaborators will have access. Let's leave it as public. Leave the remaining settings unchanged and click Create Repository. Now the repository has been created. It is new and empty. This is how an empty repository looks. Remember, I had 72 repositories before creating this one. If we check again, it should become 73. You can see that the new repository now appears. The total has increased to 73. If we open it, you can see that it is empty. Every repository on GitHub has its own settings. You can customize many things there. Click on the Settings tab. This opens the repository settings. Here, you can change the repository name. Let's add Ace to the name. After changing it, click Rename. The first click checks whether the new name already exists. You can see that GitHub confirms the name is available. Now click Rename again. The name has now changed. You can see that it is now My First Ace repo. If we go back to the repositories list, the new name appears there too. Now, let's return to the repository and open settings again. Scroll down to the bottom. You will see the danger zone. This section contains actions that can greatly affect the repository. That is why everything appears in red. For example, you can change visibility from public to private and vice versa. You can also delete the repository. When deleting, GitHub asks multiple questions for confirmation. This helps prevent accidental deletion. If a repository containing important code is deleted by mistake, it could become a serious problem. Let's delete this repository. Click the Delete option. Read the message shown, then continue. GitHub asks for another confirmation. It tells you to type the repository path. This helps ensure you are deleting the correct repository. The path is already displayed. Simply type it exactly. Immediately the correct path is entered, the delete button becomes active. Click it. Now, the repository has been deleted. You can see that it no longer appears. Refresh the page. you can see that the number of repositories has reduced back to 72. This is a comprehensive introduction to GitHub.